Yesterday, I was speaking with one of my students, and she told me that she feels behind on her tasks pretty much every day. Every week, she has the habit of planning her days ahead of time, which is an excellent habit, and I recommend that you do that as well. But her planning has gotten out of hand to the point where when she wakes up in the morning and she looks at her task manager, it's full of tasks and she immediately feels overwhelmed and behind on her day. I explained to her how she can fix this problem, and I want to share the fix with you as well. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But let me briefly introduce myself in case you're new. My name is Peter Uckes, and I help people like you to be more organized, to be more productive, and to consistently achieve your goals. So I do that through my videos right here on YouTube, but I also have 3 courses that are available for you where I teach systems and workflows that you can rely on to get stuff done, and again, to consistently meet your goals. And so one of those courses is called Organize Your Life with Things 3, and Things 3 is the app that I'm going to use today to show you this technique of not being overwhelmed by your plans, and of not feeling like you're behind every time to start your day. Although this technique applies whichever task manager you use, so for example, if you're an OmniFocus user, it applies as well. Let's jump in and I'll show you what to do. So I've got my Things 3 open right here. And Things 3 has a few features that I'll explain first. It has a Today screen. And in the Today screen, things can show you what your plan is for working on today. So there's a few ways that you can get tasks into your Today screen. You can assign them to today. So if I've got a task, I can assign it to today. I can also type tomorrow and assign it to tomorrow. If I'm looking at one of my lists, I can drag a task into today. But you can get a bunch of tasks in your Today screen, okay? And if you need a quick overview, by the way, of how things works, I've got another video that's called something like Getting Started with Things or something like that, so check that out. And of course, if you want to learn a proper full system for working with things, check out my Things 3 course. Anyway, you can also assign tasks to work on in the future. So that's what I've done here. I've assigned a bunch of tasks, and I have set them to tomorrow. This view is called Upcoming. Under Upcoming, we see tomorrow, we see Thursday. If I scroll down, we see Friday. Today's Wednesday, so today's Tuesday, so tomorrow's a Wednesday for me. So you see that I've assigned some tasks to work on tomorrow, I've assigned some tasks to work on Thursday, and I've assigned some tasks to work on Friday. Now, I've manually assigned tasks, but if there is a task that you've assigned a deadline to, so for example, here I have a task that has a deadline. If I clear this out of today, the deadline is October 14th, then under Upcoming, it's going to show up under October 14th. I won't scroll all the way down, but that's how it works. So, however, what was my student dealing with? She plans her week like this, okay? And let's say today she gets to these 2 tasks, and then 3 of them are left. And then we move into tomorrow. So now tomorrow becomes today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag all these things that were in tomorrow and I'm going to drag them to today, okay? So tomorrow when she wakes up, she sees this, which is a very long list of tasks. Let's say she finishes these ones, okay? And then we move to the next day. So now we're moving to Thursday. Then on Thursday, hello. Okay, I'm going to have to do this like this. There we go. I think there was a recurring task in there that I can't move. So on Thursday, her today list will look like this. So imagine waking up to a task list like this. In fact, maybe you don't need to imagine this. Maybe this is already what's happening to you, in which case you're watching the right video. So that's great. This is not a fun task list to wake up to, okay? You already feel like you're behind on your day and you feel really overwhelmed. Oh my God, where should I start? This is 25 tasks and it's way too many. So what do I recommend if you're in this situation? Well, I recommend the following. I'll show you. I'm just going to select all tasks. And I'm just going to put them under any time. I suggest that when you plan your week, okay, you do not put, like I've done here, a gazillion tasks under every day. Instead, only plan the key tasks and projects ahead of time. So it's only schedule the key tasks and projects ahead of time. What are key tasks and projects? That's something that you're going to have to decide for yourself, of course. If you want to learn a system for doing that, for identifying which tasks and projects are the most important ones, then my course Big Picture Productivity is right for you. That's over at bigpictureproductivity.com. In Big Picture Productivity, I teach a system for going from things that matter to you, like a really big picture, to your goals, transforming your goals into actionable projects, key projects, and then scheduling those key projects, and then working through the tasks in those key projects. So it's really connecting the big picture with the day-to-day thing, okay? So if you want to learn how to do that, Big Picture Productivity is a great course for you. Again, bigpictureproductivity.com. And you can find these links below the video as well. Let me show you what to do. Rather than saying, all the things I would like to do tomorrow, I'm going to schedule ahead of time for tomorrow. All the things I would like to do, I'm going to schedule them ahead of time for Thursday. What you want to do is schedule only the most important things, okay? So let's say I'm here in my anytime view. And so one of the things that I'm going to be doing is my quarterly accounting. So let's say I just want to deal with that tomorrow. I can say I'm going to do my quarterly accounting tomorrow. That's Wednesday. Now it shows up here. I put the entire project on there. It's 12 tasks, okay, but it's something that they're all related. So rather than saying, well, probably after I finish the quarterly accounting, I'm going to have some more time left. Let's go back and grab a bunch of these small ones and also assign them to tomorrow, right? Don't do that. Just only put the most important task or group of tasks or projects and schedule those ahead of time. And then on the day itself, you can go ahead and fill in some of the other ones. Okay, so let's do another one. So I'm working on this YouTube video right here, which I'll be releasing at some point. At least I'm planning to. So let's say that one I'm going to do the day after tomorrow. So that would be Thursday. So now I can say, okay, that one's scheduled for Thursday. Okay. I don't have a huge list of things under tomorrow. I don't have a huge list of things under Thursday. I'm just scheduling only the most important things ahead of time. And then on the day itself, I will pick out some little things as well, because you're always going to have a lot of little tasks, that you'd like to take care of that are not super important, but you need to do them at some point, right? So now let's say we hit tomorrow. So tomorrow becomes today, and I start my day. I wake up and I see this in my things, okay? I think, you know what? In addition to the quarterly accounting, I have time to do some other things. Then all I do is I go into the anytime, and I'm like, I can do this today. I can probably also do this today. I can definitely do those two things today. Okay, and assign those to today, and this is my plan for today. So ahead of time, I only scheduled the big thing, or it can be the big 2 things or the big 3 things. For a lot of people, 3 is a good number to choose ahead of time. And then morning of, you add some other things. Or you can decide, I'm not even going to add the other things until I finish the big thing, and then I'll see if I have some time left. And so by scheduling your week this way, or by planning ahead this way, you avoid that feeling of overwhelm that comes from what we saw earlier when you wake up in the morning and there's 25 tasks. 15 of them you had assigned to today, 5 of them rolled over from yesterday, 5 of them rolled over from 2 days ago. So now it's 25, and your today view just keeps growing and growing, right? Or if you're, for example, an OmniFocus user, this would be in your forecast perspective, but same thing. Under today, your list just keeps growing and growing, okay? So another way to put this is to say that you want to start over again every day. So if you do have the thing, let me just grab like a bunch of tasks just so that we get that overwhelm feeling again. So I'm just going to get a bunch of tasks. Let's say you do start your day and it looks like this, and you're like, no way, this is overwhelming. I can't do this. Identify what are the top 1, 2, or 3 tasks that you'd really like to get to today, given your constraints, what meetings are on your calendar, how tired are you feeling, stuff like that, how much energy do you have? And remove all the other ones. So again, you can just select them all. Not this one. And drag them to any time. And just start like this. And give yourself the permission to plan from scratch. So you can still say, okay, I'm planning my day now. This I definitely want to do. Let's pick 4 more tasks. But don't let tasks just roll over and pile up. So this also applies when you're doing week-to-week planning, right? Or quarterly planning. Right now, as I'm recording this, it's nearing the end of Q3 of 2020. Q4 is about to start. So I'm planning the next quarter. And for my students who've taken my course, Big Picture Productivity, I'm also helping them to plan their next quarter. Okay? And so same thing applies. If there are projects that you would have liked to work on in Q3, don't automatically assume that you're then going to work on them in Q4 because you didn't get to them in Q3. Start from scratch. You only want to plan the big things ahead of time, okay? So in the quarterly planning process, actually what we do is we obviously do not say, these are literally the exact tasks that I'm going to work on in the next 3 months. That would be ridiculous. We don't even plan all of the projects that we're going to work on. So for me, creating a YouTube video and publishing it is a project, but I'm not going to put a particular YouTube video on my quarterly plan. That's way too detailed. I'm going to say only the really big key projects is what I'm going to plan every quarter, and the other stuff I'll fill in as I go. You'll feel less overwhelmed and you'll feel less behind. So, hope that was useful. If you did find this useful, I got a couple of free resources for you that you might really like. One is a weekly review cheat sheet. So, again, when you're thinking about planning your week, it really helps to do that as part of a weekly review. And I've got a cheat sheet. It will tell you exactly which steps you need to take to go through a weekly review. And you can find that cheat sheet and grab it for free in the link below the video. And of course, if you are thinking about, hey, you're right, it is the end of Q3, I'm planning Q4, then you also want to go into the comments and see or into the description of the video, because I've got a really helpful worksheet that's going to help you do that as you're thinking about your goals for the next quarter. All right, that was it for today. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to subscribe. Ciao.